Hello and welcome to another episode of Ewell Acres. Today we're going to continue on with our beekeeping discussions, and today we're going to describe the best way, in my own personal opinion, of how to transport a hive and all the bees without losing any. Let's get started. Now, when you're looking at trying to transport a hive, there are multiple reasons why you would do it. One, you originally set up your hive, it wasn't quite in the area that you wanted to do, or if it's like many people like transferring for commercial beekeepers, they'll actually transport hives from field to field to field to alternate to do their pollen contracts. Or, if you're like me, then you've got some hives up in the mountains, you've got some up in the valley, and because I live in a very cold mountainous area, I will have them during the spring, summer up in the mountains so it's cooler, and then bring them down in the valley during the winter time so it's a little bit warmer and they just don't freeze off in the high mountain areas. Or, maybe you just want to go ahead and move your hives. But today, we're going to show you how to go about doing that. Now, first things first, you need to reduce the entrance of the hive like I've got here. So what I've done is I've actually taken an entrance reducer and I've stuck it in the smallest amount possible so that way the bees don't get out. Then what I'm personally doing is I'm actually taking duct tape and I'm going to be sealing off the front of that area, or masking tape, whatever type of tape you have that works well. I'm using some form of securing device so that way I can secure the entrance reducer in place and it's not going to accidentally fall out. Now, have you ever noticed something about this that it looks really eerily weird? I've got this weird iridescent red glow going on here and the rest of it's dark. Why is that? It's because when I'm securing the hive, it's actually being done at night. Now, you can secure the hive whenever you want. You can go ahead and do it during the day, during the night, but I personally would highly recommend you to secure the hive at night for a couple of reasons. One, the bees are natural foragers. They go out, they look for stuff. You're going to have a lot of foraging bees going out looking for product so that way they can bring home pollen and nectar back to the hive. When you move your hive, you want as many bees in your hive as possible. So, during the day, they go out and forage. At night, they all come home, they settle down. It's going to be a whole lot easier to seal up the hive and maintain it during the nighttime when they're settled, calmed down, not as active. Now, why is it that I'm using a red light to look at my hive? Well, that's very simple. Giant white lights, like the sun, are going to attract bees. So if you're using this giant white flashlight to help you see where you're going, what's going on, it may start to get the bees active. It may start to wake them up. So I like using a red headlamp so that way I can still see. It gives me plenty of visibility, but yet it's not going to be as highly attractive to the bees to figure out and come over to say, hello, what's going on? So that's what we're doing, is we're simply securing the hive. Now, do you need to use an entrance reducer? No. I've seen some guys use grass. I've seen some guys use other plant material. I've seen some guys form giant foam plugs that can just slide right into the entrance. Either way, however you do it, you want to make certain that you can seal up the entire hive. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and finish sealing up the hive, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Here we go. We've got some ratchet straps. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to go ahead and lift up the hive. This is the part that is in the securing process. When you have a beehive, there's going to be loose boxes. Yes, they do glue themselves in between on the sides, but when you start to go lift hives, when you start lifting things, these boxes, generally speaking, for most people, aren't going to be secure. If you look on the side of my boxes, on the side of my frames, I don't have clamps. I don't have hinges securing everything together. So that way, if I need to, I can take my hive tool, get it in the corners, lift boxes up. I can do inspections. Yes, there are forms that you can secure it. Some people I've seen use little ratchets or clamps to do it on the side. I personally prefer to use a ratchet strap. So, what we're doing is I'm going to very, very gently lift up the hive so I can try and keep the bees as calm as possible. The particular ratchet strap that I'm using is considerably a small light duty ratchet strap. It's probably one of the lightest duty ratchet straps you can get. I think the rating on this one is probably 1,500 pounds. So it's not a terribly strong one. It's only going to be rated for a couple 100 pounds, if maybe up to 500. I could be wrong, I don't remember it. But you can easily buy these at your local Walmart, big box store, something like that. This is not something that you're looking to get those giant yellow semi-truck ratchet straps that can secure thousands upon thousands of pounds. Why is that? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, you're dealing with a very small area of space, so you're not needing to throw over a giant load hundreds of feet. The second thing you're dealing with is when you go to ratchet down these ratchet straps, it can secure a tremendously large amount of pressure. And if you continue to ratchet that down and you over ratchet, you could potentially accidentally start breaking equipment. You can smash boards, you can splinter the wood. It is very easy to over ratchet these, so you have to be careful. So we're going to move on from that point, and then we're going to move on once we start to get the ratchet straps secure. Now we're looking on down. As you can tell, I've got the ratchet straps fully secure. It is around and ready to go. Like I mentioned before, they're just small, simple hooks. It is nothing very majorly heavy duty. It is just a simple, light ratchet strap. I went ahead and secured it, pulled it down just a little bit, but as you can tell, there's still a little bit of play. I didn't want to ratchet it down super tight. I want it secure so that way it is going to not shift around, but it's also not going to be crushing the frames. Last thing to do is I've got this extra rope, or the extra tie down. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and tie that up. Now we've got everything secure. We're going to go ahead and lift the whole hive up as one unit because everything is secure. We're going to go ahead and put it in our vehicle, and we're going to drive to our location of where we're going to install the brand new hive. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll come back in the morning when everything is nice and light to go ahead and finish our install. And here we are the next day. We went ahead and installed it on our brand new area that we want it to go. Now, last night, if we wanted to, as you can see, I went ahead and took the tape off just for ease. Last night, probably what I should have done as well is go ahead and remove the entrance reducer, and that way the bees can easily come out. But I didn't do that. I wanted to go ahead and show you the process. So, we've got the beehive in the brand new location. We've got it on some cinder blocks support so we can go ahead and keep it up off the ground. And now the bees have a brand new location at home. Now they've been moved, so they're going to have to reorient themselves. So they're going to come out, they're going to start doing their orientation flights, and they're going to start to look where we're going. Now that's moving to Beehive. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell, and continue to help us do those things as we look forward to seeing you next time.